Hello everyone. Happy Morgana Monday. Am I right? Am I right, everyone? Whew. All right, we're up for a really great episode. I feel episode part. You know what I mean. We're up for a really great part. I think things are coming to a close. I think we're going to end this door. We might start the next door. We'll see. I keep feeling like maybe they're going to stop being doors at some point, but I feel like there is definitely a door after this still. We'll see. We'll see. Like, I still feel like we haven't gone through all the doors. Maybe there's like 5. 5 is like a good number. Or 6, because 6 is also a good number. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to be told, by the way. I don't want to be told. I'm excited to find out myself. But let's just see. Oh, solitude. Phew. Okay. Oh god, yeah, Jacopo was shot. I forgot about that. Eee. Okay. Maria, I may not put it into words, but I trust you understand that I consider you a dear friend. Listen to me, Jacopo. My actions were justified. I did what I did for the betterment of this city, this land. The Campanellas are too conservative. Under their control, this country will atrophy. Progress will continue to lose steam. If we don't push forward, we'll fall farther and farther behind. Before long, you'll be made the next Capofamilia. But until that day, you will cross over to the New World and establish the Cosca there. Unify us, bolster us, make us strong. I'll handle things back here. I won't let the Campanellas try to strike back. What? You want Maria to... It's dangerous to keep a Campanella so close by. She has to be taken care of. Well... She probably should have been, right? If you insist. But do not let your guard down. Betrayal is a constant companion in this world. All right, Papa. I'm giving you my revolver. Keep it on you at all times. Glory everlasting upon our blood and upon this earth. The best I can give you is a job as my maid. Oh, hi. Sorry, my cat joined me. Hello. Everyone say hi, Rain. He's really old. If I show you any more, obviously preferential treatment, the Berzottis are liable to step in. Money, power, respect, and enough authority to not take orders from anyone. I thought that if I could obtain all that, I would be able to give you your freedom. And her as well. I wanted to give you both comfortable lives. But none of that got through to either of you. I feel like over the story, like, I think the first 2 stories had this in common, where, like, but the second story primarily, second door, you know what I mean? I feel like they had this theme of, like, oh, main characters, like, pretty good, and then they get worse and worse throughout the story. Sometimes I think, like, what's his face? The brother, you know what I mean? The gold flaxen-haired boy in the first store isn't that bad, but then the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, he really sucked. He just wasn't like a murderer bad, but he was pretty. He really was doing whatever the hell he wanted to get what he wanted, you know? He was pretty bad. He just wasn't like mass murderer bad, you know? Anyway, I think it's like we thought they were good at the beginning and then they get worse and worse, and my cat keeps trying to reach for me. I'm so sorry. He keeps distracting me, but they get worse and worse, right? But I feel like from the start of this door, we had an established, like, Jacopo sucks. And, like, yes. Hi, sir. Jacopo sucks. And then he, like, still kind of sucks for a while, but then he sucks like a little bit like less. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he kind of like flipped that a little bit, and I wonder if maybe the next story it'll kind of be like that as well, or just different. I don't know. That's just my onion. We'll see. Maybe Yakupo can get worse. I don't know. I feel like his is interesting because I'm more inclined to be more sympathetic of Jacopo, because I feel like at the current, all we've been seeing right now is him like being thrown through the ringer, and like him currently not showing like many of his bad traits, you know? But I keep remembering the beginning, and I'm like, actually, no, I still don't like Jacopo. But it's an interesting, I feel like, flip where it's just like, oh, you really start to feel kind of bad, you know? Because you're not remembering all the, like, really racist stuff he says at the beginning, and really sexist things he says at the beginning. And him threatening to kill his wife, you know? I don't know. It's like, I feel like because we're not really seeing this, we're just seeing, I don't know, I'm rambling. I hope you understand what I mean. It's just an interesting little bit of a flip. I still don't really feel bad, but I do think Jacopo's a super interesting character. Sir, the cat's really trying to try me right now. Oh, a little bloody, huh, Jacopo? What, she shot him in the stomach and, like, the kidney? What did she do? I don't know what side the kidney's on. Don't ask me. Everything slipping through my fingers. Her love, my friendship with Maria, both of their smiles. Master! What was that? So much blood! Maria? What happened this time? I keep getting stuck witnessing the worst things. What? Call a doctor. Someone with tight lips. Do not call the police. And don't make a scene. Got it? If so, then go on. Is he really gonna live? I'm shocked. I don't feel like... There's no way he lives at the end. Maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe he lives in suffering. He could. I don't know. Yes, sir. Right. Not everything. I slipped through my grasp. My money and influence are all that's left. That is what you wanted, though, is it not? You sought money and power, no? Aren't you going to go? Yes, I will. But first, I'd like to ask you something. What do you intend to do from here? What am I going to do? Exactly the same as before. There's but one thing for me to do. I see. Will you eventually find solace in your riches? The way I see it, money and power can be your ally, but they can become your enemy in the blink of an eye. If you do not put them into words, your feelings will never make it through to anyone. For, unlike money, humans are not measurable by their appearance. He failed to communicate to anyone what he held within his breast. He was chained down by his place in society, his pride, his relationships, and his own heart, and at some point, he found himself in a position where he was no longer able to speak his mind. After enough time, he likely forgot how to be genuine at all. Or perhaps someone like him simply would not, even if they knew how. In any event, there are many things in this world that cannot be communicated without being put into words. How sad that his tale should end without him expressing how he truly felt. Is this really the end of the door? How hard it must have been to never clear up his misunderstandings. After Jacopo's confrontation with Maria, the Pacific Railroad was completed as scheduled. Celebratory cheers shook the new world as the last spike was driven into the rails. Jacopo, however, could not even manage a smile listening to the telegraph. And I'm sure you can take a guess as to why. The people with whom he wished to share that moment were not there. Shortly following her death, Jacopo held a private funeral for Maria. Then he commenced a search for the white-haired girl. I don't feel like he's going to find her, and if he does, she's not going to be alive. There's no way she's living. The way she was at the end of this, there's no way. But he did not do so alone. He hired others to help, did everything in his power to find her, tirelessly searching for many, many years. Jesus. However, he was never able to locate her. There's no way she was alive. There's just no way. There's no way. Like, she was so ill. She was so freaked out mentally, physically. She has nowhere to go. There's not a lot of resources for, like, women in this time period. Like, where could she go? I don't think she probably, to be honest, like, the sucky thing is women just, like, were not educated back then because there was, like, no, not really, like, a need, you know? They weren't doing anything. They were just a plus one to their husband, you know what I mean? So I can't imagine, especially as a noblewoman, that she knew how to do anything, really, how to get anywhere, you know? So, unless I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think, like, she was just kind of fricked the second she ran away. If she had family around there, but her family were on another continent, and I don't know if she knew how to get to them, you know? Maybe she did. I don't feel like she did. I think white-haired girl was fricked from the get-go, the second she left. He spent the remainder of his life alone. Money, power, renown, servants. The world around him was always quite lively. And solitude, but solitude was his only companion. She probably got murdered somewhere, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know. Best case scenario is that some guy took pity on her and took her in or something, or like I don't know, maybe like an innkeeper or something, some lady somewhere. I don't know. It's possible. Maybe she was a maid for someone else, you know? She wandered in. But it sucks. He waited and waited and waited for the white-haired girl to return. The years crawled by, and with no family or loved ones at his side to care for him in his old age, he died alone. Jesus, Jacopo. This kind of... I feel like this is like one of the saddest endings. Well, no, I'm looking at door too. This is one of the saddest endings for the main guys, I guess. But I think that's, again, because I feel like I'm being led to sympathize with him near the end. Which is like, I still don't really, but it is a sucky situation. I don't know. I think he's just, God, he kind of has like the worst luck. This sucks. Where did white-haired girl go? I'm so curious about that. Where did she go? Probably died somewhere, but I'm so curious still. We'll find out eventually. Or like a side game will tell us or something. I might play the side games, by the way. I'm not sure. Ooh, Chapter 3, Pig Iron Manor. What the hell does that mean? Door 3 complete. Yes, sir. The door before you slowly drew shut. You could no longer hear the raucous sounds of the men from within the den. The faint scent of cigarette smoke, however, lingered in the air. Staring vaguely at the closed door, you noticed something was amiss. The maid who had been holding your hand was no longer at your side. You glanced around, but she was nowhere in sight. Down the corridor stretched only darkness. It's like pet fur in my face, and I cannot get it off for the life of me. Not having anticipated this, you were unsure how to react. What's the matter? Who? This is the first person we've talked to besides the maid, actually. Piano. You lost or just trying to take in the sights? A voice called out to you. But it was not the maid's voice. Caught off guard, you spun around confused in search of the source. Where are you looking? I'm over here. Yeah, there you go. A little more to the left. Following the voice's instructions, you found yourself facing a wall. You looking like you just seen a ghost. Hey now, come on, don't turn away. Yep, you got it. I'm the one talking to you. The voice was coming from within the painting. Oh, this is going to be like a time to either go into the painting or not, or like touch the painting or not or something. I imagine like the mirror was. When you had passed by this wall on your way to the third door, a magnificent landscape painting had been hanging there. But now the canvas was a deep shade of black, as if it had been dipped into a vat of ink. Been a while since I talked to anyone. So, tell me, can you hear me all right? You can hear me all right, can't you? Splendid. Been so long since I've had a conversation. I was afraid I might have forgotten how to talk. So, tell me, who might you be? You don't know? Well, isn't that quite the pickle? Well, how about we have a little chat, eh? Got yourself turned around and aren't sure where to go, yeah? Well, I'll be happy to tell you anything I can. Just ask away. The painting sounded rather high-spirited. Perhaps he was simply excited to have the opportunity to speak with someone. So you decided you would ask the painting a few questions. Oh, let's save. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right, yeah. Because I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm just not sure. Oh, geez. I don't know. Well, maybe let's just go down the list, right? Because, oh God, I want to ask who I am the most, but I don't feel like he can actually tell me. I feel like he doesn't know that. He might know this place and the maid, though, but I really think he's going to be like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'll start with who are you, though? Me? Well, as you can see, I'm a painting. Why'd I end up as a painting? Hard to say. Maybe I was reborn as a painting because I used to really like art. Though there are things I painted that I wish I hadn't. Maybe that's regrets what turned me into this. Hopefully, I get the chance to apologize to him about that. Anywho, no point in getting into any more detail than that. Wouldn't mean anything to you. So, enough about me. Alright, you don't know anything about yourself. A shame that. Alright then. A favor for you, since you can't tell me about yourself. If you went into him, could you tell him I really regret what I did? I know I should tell him myself, but, well, as you can see, I'm stuck here. Can't move an inch, so I've got to ask for help. I feel absolutely terrible about painting that picture. I know, yeah, the deadline's way past on that one, but that's what makes it regret, yeah? Because you can't take it back. By the time I had realized, it was too late. He was already dead. He's long since passed away. Huh? I was supposed to give a dead fellow a message? Well, for all you know, the dead could be wandering these halls too. So, please, if you come across him, tell him I said that. But I didn't mean any harm with that painting. Or maybe you are him? I don't know if the order affects anything. I'm like, curious. Okay, well, I saved there regardless. I'm gonna save again. I don't know if that... I don't know. Well, I'm not sure. Let's just go down the line still, though. Just because you don't know who you are doesn't mean you can go around asking other people. I'm not a person, you say? Well, no, you're right, but I'm not gonna know anything about you that you can't tell me yourself. I mean, from where I'm standing, you look almost like a walking cloud of shadow. Can't even tell what you look like. The maid who was with you before, did she call you master? I see, but the question is, Which Air's master are you? I could be Jacopo. God, if I am Bestia, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I'm Bestia. I pray every day that I'm not Bestia. I feel like well, I was gonna say I feel like that's impossible, but I guess it's not. God, if I'm Bestia, just end me now. Just freaking end me now. I would not put my freaking foot down for that one. How many doors have you been through? 3 doors, eh? And of those, did any of them bring anything back? Oh, well, it's not an easy thing, recovering yourself. Or maybe you weren't behind any of those 3 doors. Yeah, that's gotta be it. That was your first time witnessing those tragedies. Yours is another door. So tell me, how do you feel looking behind those doors? Was it frightening? Saddening? Heart-wrenching? Well, let me tell you something. You were able to bear them because they weren't your tragedies. And the next door you open is yours. Will you be able to bear it? Will you be able to accept your own tragedy? It's one thing seeing others suffering, but your own? If you have to face emotions you wanted to keep buried, secrets you wanted to keep hidden away, and pain you wanted to forget, do you think you'll be able to accept them as your own? If you can't, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't accuse you of running if you choose not to reclaim your old self. Nothing wrong with erasing your memory of something if it was so bad you didn't want to face it in the first place. Let it be rewritten as someone else's story. That'll make it a whole lot easier on you. 'Cause you never know. The most unfortunate tale of all may well be your own. Or perhaps that goes for everything about you. You wouldn't know till you see it. Well, that's true enough. But once you do, there might not be any turning back. Or do you mean to reclaim your old self no matter the cost? If you do, if you're sincerely prepared to do that, then be wary of the tale that comes next. What's that mean? Any tragedy that seems too beautiful to be real is precisely that. Fabrication. What does this mean? If it turns out you're someone from behind the next door, then perhaps you're You're what? The guy that he needs to apologize to? Ugh, talk about some hard-hitting questions. I'm probably not the one who will be able to answer that for you. I don't have a very deep connection with this mansion, you see. I swear it. I got nothing to gain from lying, do I? It's my regrets that have turned me into this. I wasn't summoned here by no one. That said, there's one thing I can tell you. This place summons people. People have ties to something that happened long, long ago. No one knows anything even happened. I didn't know either, till she told me. Though, I haven't the foggiest how much of it's true or not. Are you here because you were summoned by her? Or did you come here of your own will to find someone? If you came here of your own volition, and you weren't summoned by her, then mayhaps you'll be the one who can break the curse? Oh, this is so interesting. Interesting. Maybe I should look for correlations between the characters that aren't just the white-haired girl. Because I know the white-haired girl keeps appearing, right? But, like, it was Maria's writing, right? And he did say that, like, other people are summoned. So I imagine... I don't know. Maybe even if they don't look alike, they're just, like... other people we've seen in the doors, maybe. And I'm just not realizing. I don't know. Might as well ask her that directly. But she won't say till you've regained your old self. I see. Well, in that case, if you want to know, you know what you gotta do. It's entirely up to you whether you make an ally or an enemy out of her. There's no guaranteeing she's even in the right head. You know, you never know. Maybe you're not the only one who hasn't found themselves. Kind of looks like a skull, doesn't it? The more I look, like these are eyes. It's a nose. A little mouth down here, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things that aren't there. Oh, you guys can't see my cursor. I just realized. Okay, let me turn that on really quick. Quite silly of me. Quite goofy. Okay. Hello? Unless I just broke it. Okay, maybe I can't capture cursor with this. Oh no! Oh no. Oh, I fixed it. Okay. How far up does this go? Oh, pretty freaking far. Okay. Ooh. Well, not that far, but interestingly far. Haven't talked that much in a long time. Feels great. And now that I've got that out of my system, I should be able to get some good sleep. You're probably still wandering in the dark right now, but I really hope you find the outcome you want. Alright, just ignore the fact that you can't see my cursor, but like look at the screen and see if you can see the little circles and then the nose and the mouth. I feel like they're there, but also again, I could be wrong. And I mean that. You can either reclaim your old self, or you could toss it aside. The choice is yours, either way. Now, since it looks like your escort isn't showing up, what do you plan to do next? How about taking a look around the place, since you've got a little free time? Could be you come across some things you wouldn't with her around. Alright, if you're gonna go exploring, I've got the perfect thing. Stick your hand into the canvas, would you? The painting was still wrapped in an impenetrable darkness. A perfect, all-consuming void. The man had told you to put your hand into it. You... Alright, save time again. Oop, I keep pressing backlog. I don't know if this save is important. I'm gonna assume that it's not, because I already have this save. So, I mean, I could always redo like the order if it's like a specific order for a specific ending, because I'm starting to feel like there's definitely multiple endings, right? I'll just like go through it in whatever order it needs to be then. Let's reach into the frame first and then we'll refuse. You extend your hand for the painting. The moment your fingertips brushed against the darkness, it swallowed your entire hand up to the wrist. No, not there. That tickles a little to the right. Oh, frick, sorry. As the man in the painting had instructed, you groped around the inside of the darkness. Before long, you felt something hard at your fingertips. Clenching the object, you withdrew your hand. Your arm was still intact. You spread your fingers, and there, you found a key. Oh. Ah, tickled. With that key, you can access the master bedroom. A while back, she tossed it into me. That damn litter bug. So, yeah, it ain't mine. Don't worry about giving it back, however. I bet there's something worth seeing in there, if she felt the need to toss that key. Alright, well, I'm gonna get some sleep. You take care. If you happen to learn my name, come pay me another visit. Should the fancy strike you. Ooh, okay, interesting. I feel like the time spent in between doors is normally where we, well, at least, like, moving forward, I feel so far. It's kind of been where we've been learning the most, like, lore pertaining to us more so. Like, I feel like we've been learning lore pertaining to other things, like, obviously white-haired girl throughout the doors, but I don't know. Having said that, the painting fell quiet. In your hand lay a small key. It seemed rather antiquated and vaguely familiar. Silence once again drew over the corridor. You stood there all alone. No sign of the maid. Why did she leave us? I'm so curious about that. It's probably on purpose. After considering it for a few moments, you decided to explore the mansion on your own. Ooh, all right. My God, are we getting a lot of options? We're getting so many options, it's kind of ridiculous. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Main save is, I assume, probably going to be some different ending, but it's just going to be like my first initial choices. And it's whenever I have endings for the first time, they're always like super neutral endings. I don't know if anyone else is like that with multiple choice games. Like I always get like middle of the line endings. Like sometimes they're like slightly bad or slightly good, but they're usually like middle. I never go like full one way or full the other way. Maybe I should more often, but I think it's just because I'm an indecisive person. Okay, so Rose Garden obviously we've seen before. Cellar we've seen before. We have lightly seen Stained Glass Window, but well, I guess we haven't. For us, like, I guess speaking of, for us, we've seen Rose Garden and Cellar. And then I think obviously we've seen, I think up to here in person. And then I don't think we've seen any of these in person. I'm curious about the master bedroom, so let's start there. Maybe the worst idea, but I'm a little nosy, and curiosity killed the cat, but I ain't a cat, so we're fine. I may have a cat on my lap, though, but don't worry about that. You inserted the key you'd been given into the door's keyhole, and with a twist, the door opened. Very goth, okay. The master bedroom was shrouded in darkness, much like every other room in the mansion. It had evidently been left unused for some time. The air in the room was stale and forlorn. Master? A voice seemed to ring out from somewhere. Come on, get up. Up with you. Master! A Bob? We can't even see who this person is. Interesting. See, what did I tell you? It's much nicer in here with a little light. Without warning, your whole world took on bright, vivid colors. There's a painting back there. Sorry, I'm just perusing. Light. Ooh. Okay. All right. Light streamed through the window, illuminating a well-lit bedroom. This is stunning. This gorgeous, like, this music is gorgeous. Sorry, I'm like at a loss for words. A woman's silhouette stood before you. Oh, well, I like that it's saying you, as in this is actually, I think this is actually my memory then, you know? Or the main character, you know what I mean? Like our memory and not us looking through other people's eyes. Or the mansion's eyes, you know what I mean? Wait a sec. Don't you hide under your bedspread. Get out of there. Oh, but Master, you agreed that I could open the windows. Don't worry, I've put curtains up. If it gets too bright, you can draw them. Mornings take the best parts of being outside and squeeze them all into the same few hours. You don't have to go outside in the sunlight for it either. Just listen to all the wonderful sounds. You don't have to go into the sunlight for it either. Like, that could be a throwaway line, but that makes me feel like, again, either we're white-haired girl or we're, like, related to her in some way. Not just related, like, as in, like, friends or know each other. Like, because obviously we have some relation to her, but I feel like related as in, like, white hair, red eyes, can't be in the sun. You know what I mean? That could also just be a throwaway line to throw us off. It's perfectly, like, something this game would do, let's be real, you know? So, suspicious. Just listen to all the wonderful sounds. The joyous songs of the birds, the swaying of the trees, the rustling of leaves. You tried to call out to the silhouette, but it did not respond. Reaching out to her, your hand simply slipped through her body. She has little things on her shoulder, which I feel will be, like, recognizable in her outfit. I don't think we've seen her. It did not seem to be you that she was speaking to. Perhaps you were looking at a scene from some other period of time. Oh, maybe it's not us. Just kidding. I'm being as pushy as I feel right now. I completely misjudged you. You're the exact opposite of what I thought you were. Let's see. I thought you were cold and cruel, heartless and incomprehensible, but I'm beginning to get a better idea. You try to put on airs, but you're really rather childish. You have a short temper, but you can be surprisingly playful. What else? You have a pretty difficult personality, too. Now, hear me out. That's not everything. You gave me a chance to talk and you listened intently. You can be kind of nice, too. We agreed that we would live together, not just in the same house, so we got plenty of time to add more to the list. And I hope you can make your own list about me, too. This is just the beginning, after all. We've got a long, long time ahead of us. Plenty enough to get to know each other, no? Let's not waste any time, then. What do you say we do something today that we haven't been able to before? Where should we begin? Oh, I know. We can get this place cleaned up. Now that there's some actual light in here, we can see all sorts of things we'd probably rather not. Like dust. All over the place. Interesting. I wonder... Theory. I wonder if... I'm trying to remember the order it was in. I wonder if we're like... If the options were like the series of doors. I don't know why I put air quotes on options. They are options. But I wonder if that was like the door order, potentially. I should have... I'll go back to it in a second. But if the one after cellar... Or... Wait, what was after cellar? Was it library? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I might be wrong. Never mind. When the woman's shadow faded away, the master bedroom transformed back into its old, dreary state. Master, can you say my name? You were unsure how to describe the urge welling up within your breast. You could not say her name. You stood unmoving in the master bedroom for some time, but it did not appear anything else was going to happen. So you decided to head somewhere else. Maybe we can go to all of these. Interesting. Maybe the call for the maid is the separate option, potentially. Like, I don't think Jacopo's was in the library, but it felt like this was the order. I want to see the stained glass window. Curious. You approached the stained glass window. An array of pews were arranged facing the stained glass. There seemed to be an air of tranquility about the room. You sat down in one of the pews and stared quietly forward for some time. For a moment, you felt like you were on the verge of recalling something. But ultimately, the memory never managed to surface. The maid did not appear to be there. Where could she have gone? You decided to resume exploring the mansion. One of these is probably where she is then. Maybe not, but... Okay, I'm curious, but I want to go to the cellar. I don't know why. I'll go to the library after. Oh, no, I want to see also the engraving on the ground. Of course I did. I hated this story, but I'm just so curious about down here. Well, I didn't hate the story. The story hurt me emotionally on a multitude of levels, so I hated it in that way. My cat looks very silly right now. Okay. When you descended into the cellar, you heard beast-like snarling. Along with it came a sour odor and the sound of ripping flesh. You could not see the beast, but that did not make it any less unpleasant. Yeah, I do hate the vibes of the beast. You made to retreat from the cellar. But before you could, a shadowy creature lunged at you. You reflexively squeezed your eyes shut. A man? Why did I come to the cellar? Frick me. Why did I come to the cellar? I did this to myself. I just wanted to see the engraving on the floor. Frick you. God. I did this to myself. I really did this to myself. After several moments, you opened your eyes again to find a silhouette of a man standing in place of the beast. You and the shadow stared at one another for some time. You asked the shadow a question, and the shadow responded. Boo, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Not even giving me a freaking answer. However, you had no idea what it said. The shadow seemed to be trying to communicate something to you, but trying to make sense of something you could not understand was pointless. Having no reason to remain in the cellar any longer, you made your way back upstairs. Interesting. I'm gonna go to the Rose Garden then. I said I would go to the library, but the fact that this had like a memory makes me feel like this will also. Look, your head is covered in roses. Who could this be? Oh, you've got petals on your book. This isn't mine. I can't afford to. Though you could hear the sound of children laughing, you could not see them. Regardless, their cheerful voices warmed your heart. You decided to linger there in the garden for some time. Along with the children's laughs, wafted a sweet fragrance. The wind blew, whisking flower petals into the air. It was an enchanting sight. But after a while, the roses began to wilt. You could no longer hear the children's voices either. A young man stood alone in the withered rose garden. As you drew nearer, you called out to the youth, but the young man did not appear to notice you. He merely stood there, staring vacantly across the garden. The youth muttered something in a lifeless voice. This isn't what I wanted. I just wanted a normal, peaceful life. I can't bear being alone. I can't take this. Someone get me out of here. Oh God. Tell me that I'm not the bad one here. You tried to call out to the young man several times, but he did not seem to hear you. He simply continued muttering to himself. Ah, so that's the end of his story. Interesting. Well, I figured he'd be alone, but like, I wonder if that means that she like killed herself or was like shipped off to like a nunnery. I'm so curious about that. With what's her face? The sister. I can't remember her name, but I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. I wonder. Phew. Unable to bear the chilly air any longer, you step back into the mansion. Maybe he was in the library. I don't feel like he was. No, he wasn't. The smell of dusty books filled the air of the library. You approached a shelf to examine one of the books, and suddenly an avalanche of them came falling to the floor. You stared blankly at the mountain of books. They had fallen down on their own, but they showed no signs of putting themselves away. Since no one else was there to do it, you began placing the books back on the shelf. 1, 2, 3, a dozen, and as soon as you had gotten them all back, they came crashing back down again. You wished very much to implore of the maid's assistance, but she did not appear to be in this area. Pretending you had not seen anything, you made your way back into the hallway. Okay, I'm maybe gonna save here. So I'm kind of nervous about her showing up. Maybe the den? He was in the den, not the library. Okay, interesting. So it was not actually in order. I just did not know that Jacopo was in the den for some godforsaken reason. Interesting. Okay, so we're probably gonna see Jacopo's like an implication of Jacopo's end. I don't know, like a subtle end. The scent of cigarette smoke lingered in the den. Well, we're actually pretty sure about how Jacopo's story ended, actually. I feel like the other two were a little more vague. I mean, you could sort of catch on to how they ended, obviously, but it was more just like point blank about how it ended. Like, he couldn't find her, and he died of old age. Which is, I suppose, even though his, he was alone and betrayed and, probably miserable. I was gonna say that maybe that's a little bit of a happier end and a less tragic end, but it's like, I don't know, that's tragedy in itself, you know, having no one you can love or trust or be around and then living a long, sad life. What's a little worse? Well, I don't know. I guess it's up to opinion. Neither is good, for sure. Neither is good. The scent of cigarette smoke lingered in the den. However, the room was silent. Not even an echo of the men's chattering remained. Something was moving. Billiards balls. There was no one present to strike the balls. They rolled spontaneously around the table. The paths they traced across the surface were rough and erratic, contrasting that of when the former master had held the cue. The spheres collided awkwardly with one another, not a single one coming close to the pockets. As an experiment, he pulled a ball off the table. In response, the path of the balls became even clumsier. Having lost one of their targets, they began bouncing aimlessly off the cushioned walls of the table. As you stared intently at the table, a man's voice rang out from somewhere in the room. Hi, Jacopo. Spinning around, you saw a silhouette of a man. There's no hat, though. Interesting. Maybe it isn't Jacopo. I feel like it's gotta be just maybe him later. Maybe we'll see models of, like, them later in the game. I didn't pay too much attention to flaxen-haired boy, but to be fair, I wouldn't remember. Well, I know what he looks like, obviously, but, like, I wouldn't remember his exact model at this point because it's been a second. It's been, like, a good couple months at this point since I've seen him. However, you could not make out what the man was saying. Nothing? The man thrust his fingers at the table. He appeared to want you to return the ball. You reluctantly placed the billiards ball back on the table. When you did, the balls resumed, endlessly colliding with one another, never landing in any of the pockets. You looked up to find the shadow gone. Having determined that the man was not going to appear in the den, you exited the room, making your way back into the corridor. Interesting, interesting. It's been a while since I've seen the fireplace. You made your way to the room with the fireplace. What remained of the fire crackled weakly, leaving the room in a veil of darkness. You remembered that you had awoken here. Out of sheer curiosity, you sat down in the rocking chair you had been asleep in. Creak, creak, creak. It was as soothing as a cradle to a baby, and in short order, you found your consciousness drifting from your grasp. Yep, okay. Maybe I'm gonna go to the I'm gonna go there next. I almost saved and then I didn't, and I should have. Give me 1 second. Let me go to den. We'll just skip through this. Let me click off of screen here, because if I click in the center, then I'm gonna accidentally click one of these. Let's go to entrance first then, and then we'll go to fireplace. I wonder if I should call for maid first then. You made your way to the mansion's entrance. There was no one around, nor any source of light. Groping through the darkness, you found the front door, which was sealed shut with a heavy bar. You pressed against the bar, but it remained firmly in place. The door did not budge either. It seemed you could not leave the mansion. Burn the witch. Crucify the impure. When you made to step away from the entrance, you heard a muffled voice. You looked around and were unable to determine the source of the voice. Nor could you be sure from who you had heard either. Giving up on finding anything at the entrance, you decided to head somewhere else. I'm gonna save, call the maid, and see if that actually does anything. And then I guess decide between fireplace or not. You tried calling for the maid. It was quiet. A sense of loneliness fell over you. I can still call for the maid. I wonder if I can just like... The option being there makes me feel like something might happen if I keep clicking this. Maybe nothing. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying it one more time. Sorry, it's just my curiosity. Alright, I guess not. But the option being there makes me still feel like it's there for a reason. I don't know. You made your way to the room. Oh wait, we already read this. We'll just wait until we fall asleep and then the maid wakes us up. Reading a story by the fireplace like this almost feels like we're in another world, doesn't it, Master? I bet that's why troubadours perform at pubs, so they can be near the fire. Oh, you're such a cynic, but that's okay. Say, do you remember when I first arrived here? When I was cleaning the library? Your eyes slowly slid open. Fragments of a pleasant dream lingered in the back of your mind. The crackling of a fire. Taste of warm wine. However, there was nothing pleasant about the fireplace sitting before you. No warm, crackling flames. In fact, the brisk air of the room overpowered the remnants of embers left there. A chill ran down your spine. Afraid you might freeze stiff if you stayed there much longer. You resumed your exploration of the mansion. Again? I'm gonna save one more time. Interesting. Still nothing. Interesting. So let's go back to the stained glass window then. I guess she's there. Or I just want to go back? You returned to the room with the stained glass window. You had searched throughout the mansion, but had no luck finding the maid. You felt somewhat tired, though you were not quite sure whether it was physical exhaustion or otherwise. You had little interest in doing any more moving about. Taking a seat in one of the pews, you gazed up at the stained glass. Staring solemnly down back at you was the archangel said to weigh the souls of the deceased. Perhaps he was trying to weigh your soul. This time. Master. Oh, there you are, Master. You gave me quite the scare. After returning from the third door, you disappeared without a word. Oh my. It was I who disappeared? That is quite strange. I did not go anywhere as far as I am aware. Nevertheless, I am glad to have found you. Interesting. I would have been at a complete loss for what to do if I had been separated from you yet again. I did indeed say that when you first arrived. I've been waiting for you to return for a very long time. For centuries, as a matter of fact. That would make me a ghost then, you say? I'm very much not a ghost. Would I be able to hold your hand if I were? Saying this, the maid took your hand. Maybe, I don't know. It was cold enough to send a shudder down your spine, and completely devoid of life. Though, as chilling as it may have been, you still took comfort in the feeling of her hand in yours. The maid looked down at you with gentle eyes. After a few moments of silence, she sat down beside you. The stained glass is quite beautiful, is it not? Every time I see it, it brings a tranquility to my heart. A dreadful, deep-rooted curse afflicts this mansion. However, this room is the one exception. Can you feel the purity that hangs in the air, Master? Yes? What is it, Master? You are correct. The stained glass window had been shattered and was not present in the time period of the previous tale. I wonder, perhaps it is because the mansion we are in presently resides in a realm separate from the real world. Interesting. We're in a world constructed from myriad memories and histories. I'm sure when you regain your old self, Master, the mansion too shall be restored to its original state. I don't know whether that's good or bad. So do try and remember, all right? Oh yes, where did you go in my absence, Master? I see. She did not like that. So you explored the mansion then. And did you find anything noteworthy? Memories. I'm not quite sure what you mean. I'm wondering if the Bob is actually her. 1 second. Let me look at her silhouette. Maybe it didn't click in my brain, because I thought this was a Bob, but like, if I was looking at it with a silhouette, I would think that her, like, layers are a Bob. You know what I mean? No, I'm pretty sure that was her. And the little thingies. I think this was the little thingies that I was talking about, that I was saying were distinct. And it cuts off, like, around here-ish, so you can't see the braid. Or maybe I just didn't notice it because of the background. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her. Frick. Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting. How peculiar. As a servant of this house, I pride myself in being aware of most everything present within these walls. I wonder whose memories they could be. The key to the master bedroom. Why did I throw away the key? I beg your pardon? You say a painting told you. You could see perplexity on the maid's face. You've never seen her make an expression before. Make an expression or make that expression? I can't freaking read. Make such an expression. Okay. I know nothing of any key. Oh, Master, you should not tell jokes meant to cause others discomfort. But a talking painting, you say? You seem to have a rather vivid imagination. She's either gaslighting us or she really doesn't have a memory. It could be either, because I feel like she's a gaslight, gatekeep girl boss. You know what I mean? Maybe you can tell the next tale, Master? I'm only teasing. Now, that was a nice break, but we should get moving. The tale I'm about to show you is the Door 4 is the last. Okay. I see. It can't be the end of the story, though, I feel. I feel like it's just the last memory we're getting. And them saying that... The painting, I think, is right then. This must be our memories. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I feel like it's probably our memories. And we're probably actually related to the person that painted that painting. And the person that paints paintings was in the first store, to some degree. Which is interesting. Interesting. I am certain you will remember yourself after seeing it, because it's us. To our feet, the final door is not far, and please do not let go of my hand. I wonder if it's a library. Holding your hand, the maid led you to the far end of the room. Crossing beneath the stained glass window, a metal door came into view. Our destination lies at the top of these stairs. There we will find one last door. She pushed open the metal door, revealing a long... Oh, it's the tower. It's the tower the white girl was... The white girl? Well, she was white. The white-haired girl was in... Okay, interesting. I was wondering when that would be brought up. I wonder if that's... I would think that's further in the past, though, so I wonder if this memory is further in the past. I haven't actually been paying attention. I just assumed it was, like, going forward, and I think it was. I should have been paying attention to the dates more. But I remember it was 1869 was Door 3, because... Nice. So I will remember that one. Okay. Kind of determines whether this is before or after. And I feel like flaxen hair had to be before, especially because Maria, I'm 99.999% sure, found the painting from the flaxen-haired family. And then Bestia found the rose also from the flaxen-haired family. So that, I think, was sequential. But I feel like this could be before. We'll see. Anyway. Ooh, this is like a little bit of a different style, huh? The lighting's different. Up in that tower. It will be a bit of a walk, so let us be on our way. And please do watch your step. This is called an observation tower. Normally, towers such as this were built in castles or churches, so it is rather strange for there to be one in a mansion. The last door I wish to show you, Master, resides at the top of this tower. Rectangular windows were carved out of the stone in several locations, along the way up the spiral staircase. You attempted to peer out of one of the windows, but all you could see was a thick layer of fog. Perhaps the maid's suggestion that the mansion did not presently reside in reality was, in fact, correct. With each step upward, you found yourself gripped by an indescribable sense of anxiety. The feeling somewhat resembled aversion or annoyance. Sensing this, the maid tightly gripped your hand. There is nothing to worry about. You will be fine. It is all in the past, no matter what may happen. So long as you do not let go of my hand, you have nothing to fear. Interesting that we let go of her hand and then things happen, and then she was like, what are you talking about? You and the maid continued climbing the stairs, up and up, around and around, marching ever nearer the supposed final door. High up into the tower, as the light from below drew distant, a rotten wood door came into view. That's wood? Patches of what appeared to be blood stained the surface, and holes had been bored into it with sharp objects of some sort. You heard a scream from far below, where no one should have been. Kill the witch! Kill the witch! Kill the witch! Burn her! Burn her! Burn her! You were struck with fear. The next moment, the maid opened the door. And then... Door 4! You slowly descended into darkness. The 4th door? And the last, I suppose, unless there's like a super secret extra door, which is very... This is the past! Okay, 1099, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we went forward and then we're going completely back before the flaxen-haired family, because I really doubt they were before 1099. Ooh, okay. Spooky. Waiting for it to drop. Maybe it just never does. I don't think it does. I think it's just unsettling on purpose. Ooh. It feels like it's ramping up though to like drop, and it's no, it's just keeping you up here. Oh, I love that. That's good ambience. Okay, okay. I'm into it. I'm into it. We're gonna stop here though, because God, I feel like before starting the 4th door is a great time for us to stop, and then we'll pick back up and start the 4th door next Monday. Thank you guys for joining. Oh my gosh. Lots of things. I suppose this is our door then, huh? Maybe we're the French Michael. That isn't Michael. It's like Mikhail or something. I don't remember. Maybe that's us. I don't know. I feel like we are. We are that. I have a feeling. Because I feel like we're like white-haired girl's dad. But I could be wrong. I don't know. That's my little guess. Because I've been thinking we're probably not white-haired girl. We could be. I would probably prefer us, honestly, to be. It's been a lot of guys being here, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But I feel like we're probably him, you know? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But we're not the painter. That doesn't mean that the white-haired girl's father originally was not a painter. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not even going to make guesses at this point. It's just like there's so much happening. That was a lot of lore that was dumped on us, and I have a lot of information that was thrown at me, and I don't have any strings to tie to it right now, but I'm excited to see who the hell the guy who painted the picture was and who the hell we are, potentially. I don't know. We still don't know for a fact that this is our story, but I'm fairly certain that, I mean, with all the implications and with all the things that are being told to us. Anyway. Thank you guys for watching. This was a lot. I'm really excited for next Monday. I'm probably going to record that literally in a day or two, so I'll know ahead of time. I don't know. I really need to not whisper into my mic. It's really not audible. But anyway, I don't know. I'm excited, but very excited for next Monday. This was a lot. I hope you enjoyed. Lots of cogs turning. Well, lots of cogs, no turning currently. All my socials are down below. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you're excited for next Monday. I'm excited for next Monday. Or a few days from now for me. But you know, I'm excited to ponder it for a little bit. And I don't know. I'm excited. There's a lot. No thoughts currently. Head empty. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye. My socials are down below in the description. Check them out if you want, I guess. I don't know. Bye.